Morning from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well, of course. So probably one more day of my vacation down here in the deep countryside where it's so peaceful and tranquil while I organise the brand new content coming to Yami BTV next week. So I wake up with the news that maybe some of you have heard, maybe some of you haven't, and the news that the Southport killer, with all his atrocities, will not have his 52-year minimum term increase. Now, did we expect it to get increased or didn't we? Well, I said that I thought by the prosecution and the parents, sadly, of the victims that perished in those atrocities wanted him to get a longer sentence. So I did say to you that I think they will do a little bit of something to keep us all happy and a little bit more quiet, pipe us down a little bit, because we didn't get the sentence that we wanted to because he was underage and he couldn't get a whole life sentence. And we got no death penalty for such cases. We ain't got the death penalty at all. But for those cases, we know that there's only one sentence for that, is a life for a life, right? So what he said, Karma, was it's unlikely that he's going to get out anyway after 50. Unlikely doesn't mean definitely. It means his minimum term. If he's alive at that stage, will have a chance to sit and apply for parole. I mean, they let out other child killers in the past, but times have changed a little bit since. But he still let out Pitchfork and all that lot, and he's still trying to get out, right? They were child killers. But it's another subject anyway. But the reasoning behind not extending the 52-year sentence is he doesn't want to drag the victim's parents, where there's one in particular, not being named, who wants him to get the killer to get more than the 52 years. Can you do something about it? So it might have meant something to that parent of one of the lovely children that perished on that day in Southport. So what would it mean then? So then if you got another 5 years on top, 57, another 5 years on top of that, 62 years, then unlikely becomes improbable, because if the longer the years that if you can add on, makes it improbable that he lives to ever get back out, or doesn't even live to get a parole hearing and stand before the parole board, where it'll all be brought up all over again.
Your bath's ready.
All right, darling. Now, look, what I was going to say, for nothing could ever give closure to the parents and us, the British nation, as it is anyway, by those atrocities. We saw what kind of, what it brought to different parts of our countries and divided us all up for a little while. It doesn't never going to bring anything back for, the parents and some of us who are really seriously hurt. It can't bring the children back. But in reality, I don't think either way, I will listen to someone. I don't think they will ever, but unlikely, probable, possibility, that he gets a chance at some stage. We just didn't want him to even have that. Now, breaking down, you've asked me quickly while I'm up here before I come up and do a couple more videos later on, right? That Andrew Malkinson, the man that spent 17 years in jail for a rape that he didn't do, got his first payout the other day, right? The maximum that you can get, right? And for the limit, I believe, is you have to do, if you've done 10 years innocently in jail or over, you can only get £1 million maximum, right? Remember, they changed it quite some time ago. So he's got his first payout. Was it £1 million? I don't think it is, but he's had a payout. I would suggest that he's got his £1 million, right? For just, I think he's been on benefits and all that, waiting for all this, and they've admitted that he was innocent. My days. You asked me about Lucy Letby. She hasn't been found innocent yet, but it will be interesting that I suggest right now that when she eventually goes up for her appeal, for the same reasons that they have just said, they don't want to drag the families into more courtroom drama and reliving those experiences of, the Southport atrocities. Lucy Letby will be the same, which is why I have said, stuck my neck on the line and said, I believe that she will walk out of court without a trial. Because to me, it looks very, very definite that she will get back out, and to bring all the babies, parents and all that to the courtroom again is going to be harrowing, and we're just going to have to go through it all again. But I think there's enough there for her to. But the compensation for Lucy Letby will not be the same as Andrew Malkinson, because she hasn't spent more than 10 years in prison to get that £1 million. So if she did, and we suggest that she will win her appeal, the most that she can get is 500,000. So have I answered that for you all? I'll be back up shortly with another video.